Once this period of disruption and uncertainty has ended, what advice would you give to both HR and talent acquisition on how to resume the state?
So I think my advice would be prepare for the next one. So I think what we're seeing at the moment is a huge amount of disruption, but it is to be expected. With the fourth industrial revolution, we're seeing things change at pace. I know at the moment it's an exceptional situation that we have to make changes, we have to respond very, very quickly. But I would say that once things do get back to normal, we can expect more of the same. I think disruption is just an eventuality where the only constant is change. And to prepare for that, I do think that we need to be focusing on assessing our workforce, knowing that we have the right people to be prepared and to respond in the same way when needed. So to respond in an agile way, and to be prepared for change.
You mentioned agility as a behaviour there. Are there any other behaviours that you might look to in employees to combat this disruption in the future?
I think agility is a really important one. Things are constantly changing around us, and it's being able to make the most of that, being able to adapt, being able to innovate while things are changing. And that's why it's really important to now be looking at the ways that we're using technology. And even in terms of, recently the flexible working has really changed things for people. And I think that's something that may continue, that now people know that we can continue to work flexibly in an agile way. And that's what makes humans so incredible, that from one day to the next, things change and we get on with it and we continue to be productive and continue to work really, really well. Other behaviours that we look for are that learnability factor. So not just being happy with the way things are at the moment, but having an intellectual curiosity to wonder, okay, well, what's next? And to really, think about why we do the things that we do. So not just being happy with this is the work that I'm doing, but understanding the bigger picture, understanding the context, which means that in understanding that kind of strategic view, it's much easier then to work smarter and to work more effectively.
There are a number of HR publications and also the wider media outlets that are saying that digital transformation and the future of work is here. Do you think that's true?
Absolutely, it's true that the future of work is now. I think it was 2017 where it was named the year of the robot. So that was the year where every single publication said, the robots are coming, look busy, they're coming for your jobs. But where we are seeing that change is, yes, jobs are changing. Technology is changing the roles that we do. In a way, it's a really positive change because it's freeing us up for more high value activity. But yes, I would absolutely agree that the future is now. But it's never, the future of work is never going to be a finite thing. It's going to continue to change and adjust, which is why it's so important that we continue to adapt while it changes.
Are there any tools available to help leaders prepare for the next 5 years and beyond, or is that just too far away?
I think looking to the next 5 years, I think if anybody tells you that they can predict what the next 5 years is going to look like, I would question where they're getting that from. Because, if you had told me a month ago things would have changed as much as they now have, I probably wouldn't have believed you. So there are so many things now that just aren't possible. It's not possible to control for. It's not possible to imagine what the next 5 years will look like in terms of skills, in terms of technology, in terms of even job architecture. But what we can do is make sure that in terms of our workforce, we are assessing our workforce in a way that we know where to best place people. We know the attributes, the skills, the abilities of our workforce, so that we can then identify, well, what it is that we need for our roles of the future, and how best to use the people that we have.